What's up? Fair warning, I am so tired right now. I have nothing. It is Tuesday, September 3rd at 3:45 p.m. So if it's not between 3:45 and then I don't know, 4ish, 4 something today, because I'll tell you, I am not sticking around. Hey, Chew. Um, don't leave comments after that. I mean, because here's the thing, right? This is streaming across 3 different platforms. So Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. And if you leave a comment, but you're not watching the live, I'm not here live watching your comment, and I have no idea that it happened. Sometimes I'll get notifications, but even if I do get a notification and I go and I look at your comment, I have no idea what part of the video you were watching when you left that comment, because it already happened in my life. And so I can't watch my video all over again to try and figure out what it is that you were commenting on. Hence the plea at the beginning of every video to only leave comments if you are here during the live. Why am I so tired, you ask? You know why I'm so tired. Metallica. Oh man, so funny. So fun. See? Tired. PJ, I can't keep you awake. Hi, Kyle. I can barely keep myself awake, dude. Like, for real. I am stumbling around here, just stuck on stupid. Like, I'm actually afraid to still be on here and trying to do breaks because, like, I can't focus. I can't. I'm just, I'm the Walking Dead right now. Like, I've never felt more like a zombie in my life than I do right this second. And I know I'm just going to forget something, and I don't want to like screw up on air because that would be bad. So bad. Like right now, I'm putting in what, PJ? What? 420 Floyd. Yeah, you knew it. And I've already like distracted myself several times while doing it to the point where I'm like, I have to stop and do this right now. I have to do this now. Because there's a sponsor. And if I miss a sponsor read, that's a big deal. Did I hear Marcy Weiser is coming to the Bay Area? Kyle, don't make me Google Marcy Weiser. Who is that? Try driving a big rig. No, PJ, I am not a big rig driver. I can't be, especially now. I mean, I can drive a 15-passenger van. I have that skill. It's on my resume. I'm kidding. I don't have a resume. But if I did, it would be on there. Artist transpo. I need a 20-minute song so I could take a nap. Brett, you are not joking. I was thinking about that. Oh, she was on KLOS? Oh, then I would like to meet her. But no, I don't know her. Radio is like small and large at the same time, you know? I did just meet Kevin Deere from KISW when I was in Seattle, and I reconnected with Chris Payne from the Dot in Reno. They were all up in Seattle for Metallica as well. I mean, well, Kevin lives there, but and Kevin's friend is named Sean. There was this thing where like Kevin had a friend with him named Sean, and we were all hanging out in the Black Box Lounge forever, and I kept running into people that I knew and introducing Kevin, whose name was really easy to remember because that's my ex-husband's name, and his friend, who I kept wanting to call Rob, but was not Rob. So at some point, I literally just started introducing him as, this is Kevin and this is his friend, not Rob. And it was hours, like hours. And then I finally started to remember his name. And then when I saw them both again at the end of the night in the snake pit, and I was like, Sean. He thinks I'm an idiot or like a total crackpot, I'm sure. But you know what, PJ? Super unsafe. You know this. Super unsafe to be driving and that exhausted. Because I've been doing 15 passenger van duty and nearly fallen asleep before. When I first started in radio, I would work like 16-hour days at Live Nation. Like I'd go to the Warfield at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and work until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would drive to San Jose to record my radio show. And then I would drive home from so it'd be like 2 to 3. I'd get to the station at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then it'd take me about an hour to record a whole shift. So I'd be there from 3 to 4 in the morning. And then from 4 to 5 in the morning, I'd be driving home to Walnut Creek to sleep for like 4 hours before I went back to work. So I know what that's like. And I know in hindsight how stupid it is. So don't do it anymore, please. It's really, really dangerous. And Brett, I wanted to take a nap and I thought about it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm basically on display here. If you guys can see, there's it's like all windows, you know? I would have to like hide on the floor somewhere to take a nap. And then I would wake up all crooked and I wouldn't be able to function again. Hey, Vernon. I am trying, man. I'm powering through. Where's my... I drank all the coffee this morning. I drank a whole French press, and then I drank a whole pot of tea. And then I made an espresso for work. And I honestly don't think it's going to be enough to get me home. I was falling asleep at 6:30 last night. I got home. I flew home from Seattle and then drove home from Oakland Airport. And I got home at like 4 and I was starving. So I made like a big plate of like nashi bits and I was going to like watch some Netflix and munch. But of course I ate everything while I was sitting there just scrolling endlessly to try and figure out what the fuck I wanted to watch on Netflix. And then I finally picked some British murder series. I'm obsessed with British murder series lately. And I was watching it. And next thing I know, I was out cold on the couch at 6:30. Drool and everything, you know? So I was like, fuck it. You know what? Getting ready for bed. Put on my PJs, crawled into bed, 6:30, and sun is still up. And I'm like, zero fucks. If I fall asleep, I'm going to fall asleep comfortably, which is what I did. So I spent the whole rest of the night watching this British murder series and napping until I went to sleep for good. I'm still so tired. Oh, man. Oh, cool, Kyle. Yeah. Wait. Kyle, are you here? No, you're not here, right? You're still... And again, please forgive me for not remembering, but be glad you're not Sean, who was like physically in my presence for hours and hours and hours with me getting his name wrong. Going to the Rainbow and then flying home was a bad idea. You are right, PJ. In fact, I was supposed to stay another day in Seattle and fly home today and come straight to work. And I'm really glad that I didn't for many reasons, but the number one being like, fucking Skrilla, dude, holy shit. So there was another music festival in town this weekend in Seattle, plus it was Labor Day weekend, and everything was booked. Like everything had like full capacity and was so expensive. I ended up getting this deal through my credit card. I have like an Amex Platinum for traveling. So I spend all year trying to claw back the value of that $700 fee that I pay yearly for it, but I think it's worth it. And just for the airport lounges and the clear and the pre-check, and there's a bunch of other stuff. But one of them is like, if you book through our fine hotel and resort program, you get like $200 back. So I ended up staying at a really nice hotel for the same price as it would have cost me to stay at like an okay hotel. Like I paid as much as I would have paid for the Courtyard Marriott for this Hotel Lotte, which was like super bougie. My room was massive. My room was like bigger than my house. And I was supposed to get an upgrade, but I didn't get the upgrade because they were at capacity. But also I got like $60 breakfast credit and every day, which was great because they had this really good crab avocado toast and cappuccino. And then I got like another $100 in credit, which I think everybody knows right now I already used for the massage that I got on Saturday. At any point, I forgot the fuck I was talking about. Oh, so that's why I came home yesterday, because I was not going to spend another day in that hotel because it was going to be super expensive. Oh, they also had a thing where if you paid for 2 days, you got the third day free. So basically, I paid for 2 days of this hotel and it equaled the same as 3 days of like the Westin or the Marriott. That's how bougie this fucking hotel was. Motherfuckers knew my name when I walked in the room. That's how bougie this hotel was. They were like, "Hi, Miss Blakk. Are you here for breakfast?" And I was like, "Ooh, yes, I am. Thank you." To be fucking rich. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Kyle? It's not just mental health, it's cognitive health. My memory is just I'm like and it's age, at this point I'm unfunctioning. Back when I was in my 30s, I could pull that shit like crazy and get away with it. Nobody could tell. I mean, I was literally just shitting out radio shows every night in the wee hours on no sleep regularly, and to my knowledge, no one ever could tell. The information just came falling out of my head through my mouth. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Mike. What's going on? My day is not awesome. You know what would be awesome for today is if I was just having breakfast in bed like all day. That's all I want is like snacks. Oh, did I just not forget to finish putting in the 420 Floyd? I did. There's like 2 elements that I have to introduce. Well, 3 technically, because there's the song as well. But what just happened there? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Hey, Jacob. Melissa, what's up? Oh, you're in Minnesota. Wait, you're in Minnesota? Are you still in radio? Did we have this conversation? Do you know Derek Madden? Do you work with Derek? Are you Cumulus? Hey, Philip. Michelle, you know, right? You know what it's like to be this age and tired. It doesn't go away. It takes so long to recover. I'm still tired from 3 weeks ago. So I just made myself more tired. And I will tell you what, I was hoping for some COVID relief. And by relief, I mean I was hoping to catch COVID so I could not come into work for a couple of days, but and just sleep. But look at that, folks. The COVID streak prevails. I can't catch COVID. I'll test again later this week just to double check, or if I feel bad. But I thought maybe Metallica would do the trick, and then I could just get paid to stay home and sleep for a few days. But nope. You worked in the same market in Salt Lake. She worked for Clear Channel. You Cumulus. Kyle, have we had this conversation and I just don't remember? Hey, Dan. Oh, congratulations on getting home. I wish I was home. Everyone needs a massage. Oh my God. There aren't words for the things that happened during that massage that my body was just like, oh. This poor woman that was massaging me was like, what was that? I'm like, I know. Sorry. It's fucking weird. Way too many shots of Ghost Tequila with Billy from Biohazard and Daniel Decay. Well, I love Danny Decay. I don't know Billy from Biohazard. It was a wild weekend, Justine, but it was also relaxing. It was both. It was funny. One of the guys I know that works on Metallica's crew was texting me and he was like, "What'd you do on Saturday? I rented a Harley and drove all over the place because I wasn't gonna just sit in my hotel room." And I was like, I sat in my hotel room. I got a massage. I hit the spa, sat in the sauna, went to the gym, took a nap, took another nap, had breakfast, had brunch, had dinner. You're the OM for 2 stations in small town Minnesota, not still with Cumulus. Oh, okay, Kyle. You know what? Today's the worst day for me to ask you this stuff because I'm going to forget. So if I forget, please remind me. It helps to have a frame of reference, but it's also really hard for me to keep track of everybody, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. Justine, I have been wishing COVID on myself for 3 years now. Oh, I'm kidding. Actually, it's been more like 2 years. Basically, since I got to the point where I have to work every day and I can't just like take time off when I want to take time off. I have to like put in for vacation requests and I only have so many days a year because I got very accustomed to like a touring schedule, you know, where you work, and then you just don't for like a week or two. So my recharge is not the same as other people's. Yeah, I apparently getting COVID at that Metallica show that one time was enough for me to for this was in 21 was when I had COVID. And it's just never going to happen again. Sorry guys, I got to do a thing. Oh, seriously? I hate when technology doesn't do what I want it to do. There we go. What? I fucking hate Yahoo. Does Yahoo know how crap they are now? Probably not. Jesus. I think there's like a new algorithm that goes through and like puts a fresh date on old news so that when I pull it up, it's like not happening. You know, when you're looking at the news and you're looking at the date the news was published and it'll say like 3 days ago, but then you click on it and it's from like a year ago and you're like, motherfucker, what? That irks me. I need a way to filter that. 107.7 The Bone and AC/DC with Back in Black. I'm Nikki Blakk, and AC/DC are back in Australia, or their respective homes these days, because they just slayed all of Europe with their 50th anniversary tour, and they still have not announced the US tour. But I did watch some lovely footage of Oasis going on sale. And after that and the Taylor Swift on sale, I'm kind of afraid to see what it's going to be like when AC/DC finally does announce the US leg of that tour and the tickets go on sale. Oh. Hey, Chris. Oh, you were talking about Marcy from KLOS is now up in the Bay. You mean she's moved here? Have I ever had a Thai massage? Like a massage from a person of Thai descent or a specific, is there a specific, is that like, is the Thai massage the one where they jump on you and do the hot stones? I've not had that. Danny was at Vane singing his little heart out too. Daniel was at Vane singing his little heart out. Daniel who, PJ? Oh, Danny Decay? Oh, yeah. He's the best. I love that kid. It was like I didn't know him, but I knew him. Like we knew each other, but didn't realize we knew each other. And then once we realized we knew each other, we can't stop seeing each other every time we go someplace or online or whatever. And so now that we're connected online, we're more connected in real life, if that makes any sense at all. And Danny DK is a delight, an absolute delight. But you have to use his last name when you say it, because otherwise I'll be like, who? Because I can't remember names to save my fucking life anymore. What's that, Michelle? You're in the central. Oh, you're in Monterey Bay. God, I haven't been to Monterey in a million years. I need to do stuff, but I also need to do less stuff. I don't know how to reconcile that. Like, I want to go to Santa Cruz. I want to go to Monterey. I want to rent beach houses and like go surfing and eat seafood and relax. But all I keep seeming to do is go to concerts. Why is that? Hey, Christopher. Seattle was amazeballs. Did I run into DJ Miggs and Daly from the KISW morning show at Metallica? No, I did not. Did they go to Metallica? I mean, I know KISW did some sort of a concourse broadcasty thing, but I didn't see it. And then if you were here earlier, you know I ran into Kevin Deere from KISW, and we hung out. Oh, Kyle, you meant the whole thing tapped out. Like the feed, the live feed from this stream right now went away and just came back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. It was, as far as I could tell, I was still here. I did not know. Oh, wait. So are you guys talking about the stream? So the online stream died? You couldn't refresh until a few minutes ago. Now it's fine. ACDC. Huh. I do not know, Justine. I'm sorry. Maybe there's I don't see IT frantically running through the hallway, which usually precedes a known issue like that. Oh my God, Glenn, it's 98 in Livermore. Are you serious? I wonder how bad it is in my house. I should check with the cats. I can't remember if I left can't remember what I left the thermostat set to. Oh, okay. Whew. It's it's 97 outside my house, but apparently the insulation and the shade trees are holding because it's only 80 inside my house. And there we go. Soon it will be air conditioned. Thanks for the heads up on that one. You know what, Jug? I am happy to see Oasis back at it. I know the haters are coming out of the woodwork like gangbusters, and I'm like, why you want to hate on something like that? You know, I love the fucking Ramones, and they're all dead. But if they weren't dead, knowing how much Joey and Johnny hate each other, if they were like, fuck it, we're putting this shit aside and we're going to do a tour, I would be over the moon, and I would not give half a shit what any fucking haters thought, period, because they're my band. And I'm super happy because also I'm a little bit of an Anglophile and I have a lot of English friends. And by a lot of English friends, I mean like a handful of my very close friends are also English or have like ties to England. And they are just, to borrow a phrase, chuffed that Oasis is back together. So fuck yeah, dude. But that ticketing thing, you guys don't want me to get into Ticketmaster, do you? But it's a whole thing, right? Because the English politicians are like, we're going to investigate Ticketmaster and this dynamic pricing because at some points during the on sale, ticket prices rose to triple and quadruple of what they were. And we insist on affordable tickets or some shit like that, right? And I'm like, why are you going to come down on dynamic pricing, which is a tool that Ticketmaster uses to literally cut the profit from scalpers? A whole other article is pointing out that there are scalpers out there selling tickets for $8,000, which is 10 times, not quadruple, but like 10 times the fucking original price of these tickets, right? So Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing, what it does is it's like you buy a ticket. Okay, where am I? Okay. Say you buy an original ticket for $100 and you're a scalper and you turn around and you sell that ticket for $1,000. A scalper just made $900. And a scalper is not a music fan per se. A scalper is just a dude who managed to buy that ticket before you did, right? Now, with dynamic pricing, we've got Ticketmaster with a $100 ticket, realizing that the scalper bots are buying up all the tickets. And so dynamic pricing raises the tickets to the point where the scalpers aren't going to make any money. So the scalpers stop buying the tickets, which means the music fans can buy the tickets at what is an inflated price from the original ticket price, but is a deflated price from the scalper price because the scalpers have tapped out once the tickets reached a certain price and there wasn't enough profit margin in it for them. Sorry. Ticket nerding is a thing that I do sometimes. They stretch your body like assisted yoga. Oh God, I could kill for a yoga class right now. They had car week in Monterey. I want beach week. The Cannery Row. I would love to see Cannery Row. I would love to go to Monterey. The hard part for me is I don't have a lot of time off. So it would take me like 3 hours to drive out there and then get settled. And then I would have to spend, Friday. Well, I wouldn't get out of work until 7:00 on Friday. So even if I left here straight to Monterey, I would get into Monterey at like 10:00. And then at that point, I'm like, do I want to spend do I want to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb for an extra night just to go straight there and then go to sleep? Or do I want to go home Friday after work and then sleep and then get up and drive Saturday morning? And then do I arrive Saturday morning at like noon and then check in for the Airbnb? And then I have to leave in 24 hours because I still have to drive home because I have to be to work the next day because I don't want to drive home from Monterey on a Monday with traffic to be at work. It's like, it's too close to fly, but it's too far to drive. I know. It's weird, but it's just how it works. I got to make sure I get this sponsor in. Hold on a second, guys. Your 420 Floyd is sponsored by the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers single game tickets are on sale now. Be there when the 49ers face the Dallas Cowboys for Sunday Night Football on October 27th. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets. Okay, that was crucial. Well, your Wi-Fi died. Oh, radio link. Mercy to make barriers. Oh, thank you for the link, Kyle. One moment, please. Let's see if it will. Crap. It won't let me click on links. Oh, wait. Are you? And you're on Facebook. Shit. No. I'm sorry, Kyle. It won't let me interact with your comment physically unless you're on Twitch. I'd have to go to Facebook to do it. And then if I go to Facebook, I don't know if I can find your comment, but let me try so that I can click on that shit. You know what? Our internet is slow too. Maybe it's aliens. 101 in Chico. Fuck that, Dan. Jesus. Don't mean to send a long link, but that's what. Yeah, I can't catch the link yet. I'm trying though. What are my thoughts on zombie bands where no original members are in the bands anymore? Well, Dan, I'm glad you asked. If you check out my podcast with Steve Gorman, The Black Room, we have a lengthy conversation about that. And the short version of that lengthy conversation is that I just need to get over it. Fans don't give a fuck. Fans just want to go see the band and hear the songs. And we need to let them have that happiness and stop trying to shit on it because we have a different standard of what we consider to be acceptable. Oh, hang on a second, guys. The boss is texting. I gotta do a thing. I'm telling her the same thing I told you guys. I'm so tired, but still no COVID. All right, let's see here. Oh, I did that already. Yay. I was about to freak out like, oh shit, did I not record that commercial? But I did. No, don't save that document. We are donesies. Has anybody ever done sports betting? It's not even sports betting. It's like Prize Picks, a sports app. I've been trying it out because I'm going to do commercials for them. And so far, it's kind of fun. Did you know you could bet on video game tournaments? Yeah. I got to stop saying bet because it's a pick, not a bet. There's some legal terminology there. Right. Shasta. There we go. Of course. Shasta thinks it's a miracle I haven't gotten COVID yet. And I'm like, I know. I'm like super immune. If we have another breakout, I'll have to be like a Florence Nightingale type, go in. I'll go into the den of disease and help people because I can't seem to catch it. Tomorrow is Wednesday, September 4th. God, that date is sticking out in my head for some reason. I wonder what. Hey, Donald. Thank you. I had a fabulous trip. I really did. I can't thank everybody enough. The guys at Q Prime, the guys in Metallica, my very close friends who were there, they know who they are. It was pretty awesome. Right, Jug? Zombie bands, like, it makes sense though, right? We've got zombie debt that's so old that people can't collect on it anymore. So zombie bands, that tracks. You saw a Rolling Stone article about zombie bands? You know what? I am too cheap for that Rolling Stone paywall anymore. Hey, Chip, does the Bone app play in real time? Specifically, does a cue to call contest happen? Hold that thought. I have to complete this process without fucking anything up, so I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Dunsies there. Let me just double check it here. Since there are so many ghosts in the machine, I don't know if it's solar flares or Mercury in retrograde or just me being fucking tired. I just want to make sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to look. Oh, good, it does. Excellent. Then we will exit the program and re-enter the program because, again, it might need that help after a long weekend. So, Chip, to answer your question, the app is mostly in real time. Nothing is technically in real time except for me here in the studio. But even from the minute I put something on the air, it goes through at least a 10-second delay. And then from there, I don't know if the delay is on the app, but here's the tricky part that people don't realize. Your phone interacts with the app, right? Because your phone has other things that it will allow to take priority over the Bone app. It knows you're listening to the Bone, but for example, say you're also getting directions. It will pause your app, right, to give you the directions and then go back to the app. Or say you get a phone call or you have an alarm go off, right? It will pause the app until you've dealt with whatever the phone determined to be the urgent thing. And when you return to the app, you are no longer in real time. So if that happens, if you get a phone call, if you get an alarm, or if you get, if you're using the phone for directions or whatever, if something interrupts your listening of the app, you have to log out and restart the app so that you're back in real time if you are worried about trying to win a contest. I always recommend that we usually tell you what hours we're giving tickets away. And I'll try my very best to give you like a 10-minute heads up that the giveaway is coming. And when you hear that, it's best to log out and log back in immediately, just in case there was something that paused your listening and you don't realize it. But if you ever, like I said, because it doesn't realize that you're wanting to be in real time all the time. It thinks you were listening to a song. You had to stop listening to that song, but you probably liked that song. So you want to go back to that space in that song, and that's where it returns you. I'll tell Chastity you said hi, Justine. I think she's back home though, enjoying the rest of her day, because Chastity's day starts at 0 dark 30. And sorry, my hair is a shit show today. It was once again, I made the choice, hair or omelet. I chose omelet. But yeah, Chast and I, we live on opposite ends of the sundial, right? So she works, her workday starts at like 4:00 in the morning. And there's some things that she doesn't get done until like now, but the way her workday is structured, it's kind of structured around pockets of work and personal life. So when she taps in to do this with me in the afternoon, if I have anything for her, when I've got her, I'll be like, oh, hey, by the way, this. But I try not to have anything that isn't important, or to just like chit chat with her, because she's at home. She's at home with her husband and her kid, and she deserves her home time, as we all do. So that's why I'm not saying, hey, Chasta, Justine and Melissa said hi. Let's see. As soon as you book a weekend in Monterey, Santa Cruz, I'll have the vid. Oh, is that what it'll take? Because I will go to the beach alone and isolate. I could do that. That would be amazing. You wanted to try, but Minnesota won't let your phone do it? Oh. That's weird. 50-1 on Luigi beating Super Mario. No, Dan, but you're close. Basically, there are people out there playing video games in tournaments. And I don't know how video game tournaments work, but they're a thing. And then the Prize Picks app, you bet on the player. So, for example, I can bet on whether or not I think Steph Curry is going to have more than 6 rebounds in a game. I can pick that, right? So I'm guessing that I can pick Gamer X is going to have, I don't know, more than 2 million gold coins. Like, I don't know. I haven't been able to get into the app to do it. But also, even once I do get into the app, I'm probably not going to bet on games because I don't know anything about video game tournaments. And they're RTS games, not RPG games or arcade games. So apparently RTG games are some kind of strategy game. I don't know. Maybe it's like a video game version of Stratego, I guess. I don't know. Somebody Google it. You win when you hit the casinos, but drunk betting on your phone is illegal. Is it? Is it though? Here's the question. What'll get you into more trouble? Drunk betting or drunk Amazoning? Anybody ever like... I have not gotten drunk. I take that back. I don't get drunk in Amazon specifically because I feel like that's dangerous. I'm not a typical Amazon shopper. Usually when I go to buy something, I research whatever it is and I try to buy it. And I look for a bunch of different options to get it. And I try to see what the best option is to get it. But every once in a while, I'll have a couple drinks and somebody will send me something and I'll be like, that's amazing. I have to have that now. And I'll click on it. And now I have a burrito blanket. It's a blanket that looks like a burrito. Oh, thanks, Donald. It really was a great trip. Oh, that reminds me, Kyle. I was trying to get onto the old Book of Faces to see if I could find your comment. Where is my live video on Facebook? How do I get to my own live video? There we are. Okay. Let's see. It's only 50 comments, but it's only showing me 4 comments. Cool. It will let me comment, but it won't let me scroll through the comments. Let's see. Does this work? Huh. Shit. No, I'm sorry, Kyle. I cannot get to your past comment on Facebook because Facebook is trash. All right. Let me see if I Google her name in Bay Area, if I can get to that article that you posted. Marcy Weiser. Okay. Marcy Weiser, San Francisco. That brought up absolutely nothing. Oh, there we go. Odyssey welcomes Marcy Weiser as morning show host. Oh, on Live 105? She's going to be like a human? Live 105 is going to have an actual person? Marcy's Playground. Ba-dum-bum. Weekdays from 6 to 10, huh? So they're putting her up against some big dogs, right? Sarah and Vinny, Lamont and Snelly. She's coming from KLOS, though, which is like a classic rock background, to KITS. Yeah, that's a tough call. I mean, obviously, I hope she fails miserably. Sorry. She says she's going to be surrounded by a team. I'll be surrounded by audio and digital leaders, like, and she names a bunch of people that I've never heard of. And I'm like, but there's no one in the building. Every single person there is like tracked from somewhere else. This will be interesting. Like, she's physically moving here. It doesn't say that she's moving here. It says they're welcoming her as a morning show host. Like the person that's doing the quote in here is the regional vice president, which is because they don't have a program director because no one is here at Live 105. Live 105 is like a hallway with a computer. All their jocks, even though there are jocks that used to be on Live 105, like they're living in Portland and Los Angeles and Denver and stuff like that. None of them live here anymore. Let's see. We're excited for our listeners to start their mornings and introduce her to the Bay. But none of y'all motherfuckers are in the Bay. And she says, I'm so ready to unleash Marcy's Playground on the Bay Area, where I'll be surrounded by audio and digital leaders like, and it's the corporate staff. She's going to be surrounded by the corporate staff. None of y'all are in San Francisco. The team at Odyssey gets that audio entertainment is all about the personalities, content creation, and connection. I'm honored to join forces with these rad radio individuals. I don't know, Kyle. I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely person, but this is one of those rare. This is where I'm just gonna have to be like, you can't get behind it. Is the Bone giving away Aftershock, GA, or VIP? Our Aftershock. I'm pretty sure our Aftershock giveaways wrapped up last week, PJ. No more. Is there a train to Santa Cruz? Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could just take the train from like Martinez to Santa Cruz. That would be nice. Moon Pie, you crapped yourself. What should you do? What do you want to do? I mean, honestly. Are you enjoying that sensation? I mean, you say it smells, but you don't say it like it's a bad thing. I figure, what happens between a consenting adult and his underpants is nobody's business. Radio PR. I think you're right. I think that's right, Kyle. I think she's probably going to be voice tracking out of LA like everyone else is, and she's probably going to stay on KLOS, and they're probably going to be, the whole thing just sounds bad to me. Andy, here's our resident Odyssey expert. They are regional programmers. Yeah, but none of them are here, right, Andy? Like you're not even here anymore. Who's still here? That's what I want to know. Who is still in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, representing music, radio, culture, everything that we have here? Because that's the problem, I think. I think that's the problem that all these radio stations are having. They're like, why can't we connect with listeners? And it's like, because you're not fucking here. And people know it. You're sitting there Googling stuff, and reading other people's blogs to find out what it's like here. And you don't fucking know, which is why you say Gow Street instead of Goff. Oh, thanks, Andy. I don't mean to be like yelling at you. You get me. You get all of this. It is what it is. It's the nature of corporate radio, and it's a shit show, and it's a terrible, terrible end to what used to be a thriving industry, and could still be, if we weren't so busy trying to keep corporations alive more than we were trying to serve communities. I mean, Andy knows that radio was created to be a community service. Community service used to be a legally, what's the word I'm looking for? Legally required tenet of being a radio station. You could not get an FCC license unless you were serving the community. I got to do a commercial here, guys. I'm going to not force you to listen to it. Tenet, not tenant. Tenet. Tenet. Andy and I worked together at the Bone back in the day, and he has since gone to the dark side, which I cannot blame him for because, let's face it, Cumulus treated us all like shit. But yeah, honestly, we should all in radio know each other and communicate more because honestly, I feel like Shitty Radio Jock has brought us all together. I think in the past, we were all just so dedicated to our brands because, much like myself, a lot of us grew up here listening to these stations, and to be a part of them means something to us. And to have them come in and get bought by a corporation that kind of dictates how it's run and what we do in ways that defy logic on the ground, but make total sense on a spreadsheet, it's super frustrating. But Shitty Radio Jock has been kind of cutting through all that and making some very good points. Although the one that was the most recent one I saw was kind of like meh. But I think it's because of the homogenization of corporate radio that he's able to do that. And the bright side to that is that he's coalescing a lot of people, a lot of personalities, a lot of boots on the ground people in radio that ordinarily would not have met, much less communicated. And I'm appreciating it. I don't know if it's ever going to amount to anything. Oh, by the way, Andy, 50% off at Heroes and Villains right now for the holiday if you needed to buy something before Black Friday, because Heroes and Villains has the best comic wear. That's where I got that shirt at Comic-Con. I try really hard not to buy stuff throughout the year because I don't need anything. But also Heroes and Villains shit is badass. Like, here's an example. I am a shopaholic, for those who didn't know. Come on. There it is. Who wouldn't want this Rebel X-Wing jacket? Huh? Fucking cool, right? This is the kind of thing I should not get drunk and shop for, because I will get drunk and be like, it's $100. It's on sale for $100 and it's fucking cool and I will wear it and I'm totally buying it. I don't care if I have too many jackets. That's me drunk. Me now is like, that is cool, but I have too many jackets and I don't need it. And they will probably have a better sale on Black Friday and I should wait. That is sober, Nikki. Hey, Red. What's happening, man? And just a heads up, I'm probably going to tap out at 5 today on account of I'm so tired from Seattle. But Metallica was amazing. The No Repeat weekend is awesome. There was like an artist talk that I missed from one of the Metallica artists on Saturday, and I'm kind of bummed at that. And then I will be completely honest, I did not see Otto and Bastardane this time around. I didn't see them in Seattle, and I didn't see them at the Cornerstone on Monday because I swear to you guys, I was so fucking tired. And I planned on seeing them Saturday, but then I also made dinner plans at 7 because I thought that the kids were playing a nighttime show. I was like, if I have dinner at 7, I'll be done by 9 and I can walk over to where the kids are playing and watch the kids from like 9 to 11. No, the kids played at fucking 5:30. And then I had that massage appointment at like 3. So by the time I got out of the massage appointment, I just had enough time to like get dressed and go to dinner. And I missed the kids. So I feel like a dick on that one. But if you ever do get a chance to see Otto and Bastardane, they are both really great. And some of them just happen to have dads in Metallica. I did see them in Phoenix. And I do recommend checking them out any opportunity you get. Plus, they're good. And the tickets usually don't end up being too much, because they're a new band and they're out there playing smaller venues as a new band. They're not out there like, my dad's in Metallica, pay $50 for a ticket. Tickets are super cheap. Kyle, your first gig in radio was on the station you grew up on. I love that. I kind of grew up on KRQR, and KRQR went belly up before I got into radio. So I didn't have that opportunity. But my first radio gig was as an intern for 107.7 The Bone, and Steven Seaweed, my favorite DJ from KRQR, was on 107.7 The Bone when I got here as an intern. And I also ended up getting to work with him until I quit in 2015. So I started with him as an intern in 2000, and then I went out and worked for other radio stations on air. And then I came back to The Bone in 2005. And so Steven and I worked together for like a solid 10 years. That was awesome. Roaring Camp Railroad, based in Felton, makes train rides to Santa Cruz and back. Oh, no. I appreciate the effort, but no. Did I see Hobie? No, but I heard he was there. His brother was like Instagram messaging me. I think we were in different areas. It was really hard to meet up with people there. K-Bear. Where's K-Bear? K-Bear 101? So it's in California, huh? Or is it just West Coast? Do I know about Terry McGovern? I don't know, Dan. Do I know about Terry McGovern? Oh, it's in Salt Lake. Oh, okay. I know about Ron McGovney. Sorry. Oh, the boxer? What the fuck, Dan? Jesus. I love how you come up with something like so left field that no one could ever possibly have any idea what the shit you're talking about. Terrible Terry McGovern was an American professional boxer born in 1880. Stop. Why would I know about him? What is the relevance to Terry McGovern and radio or rock music or anything happening right now? It's almost like you just try to do a record scratch on the conversation. Have you heard about this boxer from 1880? Don't Google Bearfest unless I have parent government. He was a DJ in the Bay? Oh, thank God it's not the same thing. Whew. You scared me for a minute there, Dan, because that was going to be really fucking weird. Terry McGovern was a DJ in the Bay. I don't know. Sounds like before my time. Was he like an old K-San guy? I mean, you got to remember, I grew up in Fairfield, so I got all of two stations, KFRC and KMBR, until I was like 12. And then I got 104.1, which was KHOP at the time, and KRQR. And then a few years later, I got 98 Rock, which was 93 Rock at the time. Aww. He voiced Launchpad in DuckTales. Good for him. Everyone respects Wolfman Jack. I mean, come on. American Graffiti. Guy was a fucking legend. Terry McGovern was huge in Bay Area broadcasting. I'm going to have to take your word for it, Rob. I mean, he was no Dr. Donald D. Rose. He was no Dr. Demento. He wasn't a doctor at all. I'm joking. I'm not familiar with him. Hang on one second. Sorry, guys. I got to figure out something to say. What was I going to say? Mm-mm. 1077 The Bone and Pat Benatar with Heartbreaker. I'm Nikki Blakk, and AI, artificial intelligence, is super popular in San Francisco because we're hoping that they'll save San Francisco with investment in the area downtown, but it is not super popular with music or musicians or people who write and create art for a living. And somebody made a fake cover song with AI of the Kinks. And Dave Davies wrote on Twitter, things that I can't repeat on the radio about it, and that he didn't like it. And the guy who created it using source material that was Kinks songs was like, eek, I've pissed off my favorite band of all time. I didn't mean any disrespect. I've taken it down. And he replaced it with a cover of a Kinks song. And I feel like, maybe we should all kind of move in that direction. The stream stopped again? Huh. Oh, thanks, Kyle. I'm doing my best to keep it up. Oh, thank you, Jacob. That's an honor. I appreciate that. Oh, moon pie. You don't have to share with the class when you do that, because most of us do it a lot, like often throughout the day. And, if I announced to the class every time I wiped, it would just really weigh down the conversation. That's so weird, Justine. I wonder why that. Oh, it fixed itself. Huh. Oh, how many tabs you got open, Justine? That's actually, maybe you just need a restart. I mean, that's why I logged out earlier of the music system and logged back in. Because every PC needs a restart. Even Apples need a restart pretty frequently. Hey, Amy, what's happening? Bill Bowen in Dallas with live stream. He just passed. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, I miss hearing the Kinks too, Melissa. They were awesome. Father Christmas is always one of my favorites at Christmas time. And we play it at Christmas time, but I think that's the only time we really play the Kinks. Your boyfriend's playing at the Whiskey at the end of the month with both his bands. That's going to be an exhausting day. Or is he playing with two bands on 2 different days? Make sure you use dude wipes. I don't understand why dudes need dude wipes when baby wipes work just as well. The important thing is that you don't flush the wipes. You have to have a diaper pail because plumbing can't handle it. You got 64 on your phone opener? I don't know what you mean, Dan. What? Hey, Chuck. 2 bands Friday and Saturday. Oh, okay. That's some good booking. Hey, Kevin. See, like everybody's going to tap in right when I'm like, hey, I'm getting ready to head out of here. Where were you guys 2 hours ago? Always flush the wipes. What? I don't know about your plumbing, but my plumbing can't deal. Do you have some newer plumbing that I've never heard of? Yeah, you shouldn't flush anything that isn't toilet paper because the wipes, they don't break down. They have to go into a compostable situation. Wipes and feminine hygiene products need to be disposed of. Oh, well, that's always better, Moon Pie. I mean, if you're using a bidet or a garden hose as a bidet, that will surely be a more economical and ecological solution. Just, make sure you're standing uphill. What the flush? Hey, Chuck. You live in a 100-year-old house? Damn, Kyle. You are tempting fate. Thanks, Red. I appreciate it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love what I do. Ooh, I was about to be late here. But I am so tired right now. I just want to go home and go to bed. I also cannot play an Eagles song back to back with a Don Henley song. That sounds crazy to me, right? So I'm going to move that. You would think that the programming software would have flagged that and it wouldn't be happening, but here we are. This is the kind of thing I have to keep an eye out for while I'm talking to you guys. You made it to do. Oh, well, just because you're at the yard, PJ, doesn't mean you're home free. Remember, it's going to be a tough one. Most of those accidents happen when you're close enough to home that your mind and body start to feel like you are at home, and your brain will trick you into falling asleep. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. My plumber says the same thing. So yeah, PJ, be extra careful because the hardest is the last 10 minutes of the drive. That's when you're most likely to fall asleep. For real, be careful. Kyle, I'm serious. I have actually several friends who are plumbers, and plumbers make a lot of money for a reason, and that's because people flush the wipes when they're not supposed to. Nothing but toilet paper and poop is supposed to get flushed. Hey, Kevin, you're home and you're feeling 90% better. Excellent. I thought you were home already. Didn't you go home on not Friday, but Thursday? Didn't you go home on Thursday? You rent. Kyle, that's not nice. That's some shitty karma, pardon the pun. Oh my God, Amy, bless you. No, I feel like shit. I think I mentioned it earlier that I had the option to make an omelet for lunch or fix my hair today, and I chose omelet. You're late, but how was Carrie King and Metallica? Kevin, they were both fucking fantastic. The Carrie King band is firing on all cylinders. Oh, Chuck is a plumber. Chuck, tell Kyle this is crazy. Never flush the wipes. Yeah, see, even Red knows that. Kyle, we are all talking about your toilet situation now. We are concerned. No, Melissa, do not flush a paper towel. I mean, it's better than flushing a wipe because a paper towel is more compostable, is more degradable than a wipe, but not a good idea. Right? Thank you, Chuck. What the fuck, Kyle? Don't flush the wipes. You really shouldn't even flush Kleenex. You should only flush toilet paper because it is specifically made to dissolve in your plumbing as it goes out to sanitation treatment. I mean, everything else takes too long to disintegrate. Do you know that's what a turd is? I think turd is like the official, not Kyle, but Chuck, you can back me up on this. Isn't a turd like the official term for like a giant ball of like shit and other things that have been like flushed that end up commingling and coagulating into a giant ball of like nasty fucking shit that's caught in a sewage situation? And I say that because I was watching some horrifying video of like what it was like a PSA documentary for the British, because they use a lot of oil, and when they dump the oil, they don't dispose of it properly, and they pour their cooking oil down the drain, and then their cooking oil coagulates with their shit and the toilet paper and the wipes and the tampons and all the things that should not be flushed, right? And it creates this horrific giant, and I swear to God, the technical term is turd, right? Tell me, Chuck, is that right? Am I accurate here? It really tied the room together. No, Justine, you cannot flush a few at a time. Do not flush anything that isn't toilet paper. Oh my God. I got to call my friend Kenny. He's the super plumber. He's going to be like, you guys are out of your minds. I thought it was slang too, Red. I did. I thought turd was like a child slang term, but no, it's actually, I think it's a real technical term because I heard them using it on the fucking BBC. And you know, the BBC is not going to say turd unless turd is the technical term. I died. Oh, and by the way, this was a giant open sewer that was clogged with a ginormous turd that was like 1,000 pounds. It was like hundreds of pounds, this fucking giant turd. And it was all because, and they were like, for the love of God, people, stop flushing your cooking oil. Or not flushing, but, you know, putting it down the drain, because the drain and the toilet all go to the same place. You build the freeways that the turds race down. I am right. See, Chuck backs me up. He's a plumber. Not a golfer. I am not a golfer. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't ask me how I know a little bit about everything, but I don't know a lot about anything. And I just happen to know this about plumbing. Yeah, I mean, here, let me see if I can find like an easy Google for you. I'm going to Google turd removal. Let's see. Videos. Oh, it's all services. Let's try turd removed in England. Well, British protesters are demanding they stop pumping crap into the UK waters. Because did you know that? The English, their whole sewage system drains to the bay, to the Thames, I think. Oh, no, I can't find it. But anyway. Trust me, it's a thing. Holy shit, apparently. Also, according to the BBC, new homes and factories are being built from bricks made out of human waste. The sewage of 4 million Londoners is being collected. Oh my God. Huge blobs of fat and trash are filling the world's sewers. The Fatberg. All right, I guess you got to Google Fatberg. A giant clog has been removed from the London sewer system. Raw sewage dumped into England's river. Oh, that's not it. All right. Well, God, the internet's a, pardon the pun, a fucking wasteland. And I'm not contributing. Hey, Brian. Huge problem in London. It's the fucking wipes, right? Wipes and cooking oil. Of course I've seen The Big Lebowski. I got the ties the room together. I'm sorry. Did I not sufficiently praise you for that obvious reference? It is a great movie. We should talk about White Russians instead of giant fucking grease balls of fatbergs and turds. All of your responses were quotes from The Big Lebowski. All of them? Every single one? Obviously, he's not a golfer is a line from. I mean, I got really tied the room together, but everything else was like, eh. Stop Googling. I have stopped Googling, yes. Gonna run amok. Fatberg is from Flushable Wipes. I'm saying this is what I'm saying, dude. We're trying to tell Kyle to stop flushing wipes. Justine, stop flushing wipes, even a few at a time. It's not good. When did I get back from Seattle? Yesterday. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I gotta do a thing here. See, this is why I was gonna cut out at 5. I don't want to screw this up. All right. You guys don't want to hear me do the commercial, do you? You missed my whole weekend update and Metallica story. You did. But you know what you caught? You caught my PSA about not flushing wipes down the toilet. It's already dark here. Aw. Lobe, what's up? All right. Oh my God, Ray, Melissa? Well, you know what? And I'm happy that Kyle and Chuck are busties because they can totally dude quote themselves into living a better life. Did I get a chance to interview any of the Metallica guys? No. You did hear my nasty plumbing shit stories? Those were not my personal stories. That was just facts about nasty plumbing and shit. You want to eat a block of cheese? I love cheese. Metallica had cheese backstage in the friends and family room. And I was the first night they took the cheese away before I got any. And the second night I was like, the cheese, we got to go get the cheese. And I'll be honest, the cheese was really delightful. It was totally worth it. Cheese. Oh, it's so much, Brian. So much. One sec. Yeah, talk about cheese till I get back because I think we should stop talking about turds. It's getting weird. Okay. Also, if I was shouting at you, it was because I had the station blasting in my ear holes that were not clogged with cooking oil. All right, let's see. Carrie's band is getting better and better from the vids. Oh yeah, I mean, you're talking about some really great professional musicians who are already fantastic, and then you just put them together and let them get the muscle memory to do what they do, and let their personalities come out once they've got the technical down. Like they can only get better and better. Tillamook, nah. Tillamook is like a gateway cheese, man. It's mass produced. You got to get to like local farm produced cheese. Although I will be honest, the cheese at the Friends and Family catering for Metallica was probably a mass produced cheese, but it was still good mass produced cheese. You know, you had some aged cheddar. Was it English aged cheddar or Irish aged cheddar or American? Aged cheddar is my jam. There is always a brick of aged cheddar in my fridge at all times. I literally buy cheese at Costco now because I eat that much fucking cheese. Provolone, Amy, really? Provolone has always been kind of a catch-all cheese for me. Provolone is like a sandwich cheese. It's kind of it's dry, but it's not as dry as Swiss, you know? It's never a cheese I'm thinking of when I want cheese. But it's a cheese I'll never turn down because cheese. Aged cheddar again. Yeah. Thanks, Kyle. Don't flush the wipes. Get some cheese. You made beer cheese? That sounds delightful. I made it. No, I have not made cheese yet, although I want to. I have a feeling that I need a lot more skill before I try. On tomorrow's edition with Nikki, we'll talk about sewage pipes, metal or PVC for plumbing issues. Metal. Yeah. But they don't have to be copper anymore. I think there's is it galvanized steel that's plumbing? Where's Chuck? Chuck would know. I know my personal plumbing has an issue because I think that plumbing, the pipes are supposed to be 2 inches from the pipes that go from the house to the sewer are supposed to be 2 inches around, and the pipes at my house are only 1.5 inches. So at my house, we 100% don't flush anything we're not supposed to flush. Hey, Roy. I like food. Everyone likes food. I hope. How do you spell Gruyere? Gruyere. That's a good one. I totally wish fondue would make a comeback. I can make a fondue. There's a cheese company called, oh yeah, Sierra Nevada cheese. Yeah, I've had Sierra Nevada cheese. Their beer cheese is really good. Sierra Nevada used to have multi-packs that you could buy. They were good. You hate cheddar, Amy? Maybe you just haven't met the right one. There's a brick of Irish cheese at Costco that rocks. Yeah, there is. It's in my fridge right now, probably. Unless it's Kerrygold. I started with Kerrygold and I have since moved on. Not that I would kick Kerrygold out of bed for eating crackers. You know what I'm saying? Asiago. Asiago is it's like fancy Parmesan. I'd rather have like a fresh Parmesan, but I'm not mad at Asiago. Tough to turn you back on cheese. Yeah, totally. Thanks, Kevin. Because I like cheese. Oh, because I know that you're supposed to have a 2-inch pipe from the 2-inch diameter pipe, plumbing pipe. Toilets are a minimum of 3 inches. Well, yeah, that's for the toilet into the plumbing. I'm talking about the pipe that goes from the house to the sewer. Fondue rocks, dude. We should bring back fondue. I'm telling you. Fondue, we should make fondue metal. Grilled cheese sandwiches are the best. Smoked white cheddar and black pepper. Fuck yeah. You know, the secret to a good grilled cheese? Multiple cheeses. Yeah. Also, people are like, I prefer butter on the outside and mayonnaise on the inside of the sandwich, which I know grosses a lot of people out, but fuck you, I like mayo. Jarlsberg and Gruyere will make some bitchin' fondue, Brian. I will not argue any of that. Old school has tubs, showers, kitchen, laundry at 1.5. That's mine. My house was built in 1955, and it's got 1.5-inch pipe that goes to the street. Justin, you love Asiago? Really? I've never had Asiago in a context where I was like, oh my God, this cheese is great. What is it? Asiago, you know? Sharp cheddar with spicy hummus and tapatio. I don't like the fish, but I like everything else there. Yard sewers 4-inch? Well, Chuck, I am not up to code. Please don't tell anyone. You know what's funny is I was raised on margarine because my mom thought that margarine was going to be healthier than butter because propaganda. And I remember the first time I went to somebody's house and they gave me bread and butter. And I was like, this is the best butter I've ever had in my life. What is it? And they're like, it's butter. And I was like, what? And they showed it to me and it was literally like the generic butter. And I was like, why does this taste so good? And it turned out that I had only ever had margarine, and margarine is garbage. Aioli. I am mad at aioli. Aioli is mayonnaise. It's just fancy mayonnaise. Grilled cheese, no cheddar. You know what, Amy? You grilled cheese the way you want to grilled cheese. I put a big old fucking, and I mean, slab of brie on my omelet today, and it was delightful. Mustard. I can't do mustard. Well, I mean, I can do mustard, but some mustards I really don't like. So I'm very picky about my mustards. You're making a quesadilla right now? Bitchin'. Spicy. Yeah, again, I'm a sensitive mustard person. If it tastes even a little bit like horseradish, I won't want it. Grilled chicken Caesar salad wrap. I mean, at that point, why wrap it up? Just have a salad. I don't feel like a wrap does anything except make your food more portable if you've got to eat on the run. Unless it's a burrito, in which case that is food of the gods. Comida de Dios. Margarine and tab. Oh, Jesus. We weren't allowed soda, but my dad was super into sugar-free Dr. Pepper for some reason. Spicy Takis with cucumbers. Amy, I have never had a spicy Taki. I kind of had to quit eating chips because they're bad for you. And I'm old. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I'd have to plan around it for like calories and health purposes. Ooh, baked brie. Oh, Melissa. Yeah. See, I would set all the Takis in the world on fire for baked brie. Yeah. Do I have a Tatty Bakery out there? I don't. But I'll tell you what, Justine, I make a pretty bitchin' grilled cheese all on my own. The secret is low heat. Low heat and patience. All right, you guys. I am like 20 minutes past when I said I was going to tap out. Heart you all. Everyone go have some cheese because now that's all I can think about. Dill pickles and cheese. Oh, yeah. Kyle, I will legit just eat nothing but pickles with cheese. I will stand there with a hunk of cheese and a jar of pickles and slice up the pickles as I slice up the cheese and eat them. You know what I add with that? Cashews. Sometimes almonds. Yeah, I don't eat the garbage I grew up on either. Ugh. Nacho cheese on a hot dog. Dan, that's just ballpark food. Nobody's mad at Havarti, Red. Havarti's a really nice snacking cheese. It's super mild. Good night, Amy. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Red. Good night, Chuck. Good night, John Boy. Good night, B-Hobbs. Good night, Justine. Oh, pickles and grilled cheese. I have 100% done that. Uh-huh. I'll put all kinds of shit into grilled cheese. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get some more sleep tonight and I'll be like way more animated and on top of it. Thanks, guys.